So yes guys, this month's WWE Talk video, and now it has been a couple of months actually since I did a WWE discussion video like this, because if you might remember last month's version I did a vlog because I went to Monday Night Raw in London, and I kind of vlogged my day there, and I uploaded that instead of a WWE Talk video, because ultimately this is a gaming channel, so I only want to kind of do WWE videos once a month. So yeah, this is going to be this month's, so there's quite a bit to talk about, and the first thing I will talk about is Extreme Rules. Now I did watch Extreme Rules here in the UK. I did stay up till about 4 in the morning watching it, and I quite enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of people that say they love it, and a lot of people say it was quite disappointing, but I think if you think of current day WWE, it's never going to be the Attitude Era, it's never going to be as extreme as ECW, but I enjoyed what they gave us at Extreme Rules. If you're thinking about current day WWE, there was some great moments in there, like Ryback spearing Cena through the stage, through the sort of Titantron. There was the amazing cage match with Brock Lesnar and Triple H and everything. There was some good matches in there, and I thought it was a solid pay-per-view. I thought the main event was good. I thought it was great that Cena wasn't involved in the main event for once as well, even though the main event may have been two part-timers in Triple H and Brock Lesnar. It's still a difference from the fact we used to get Cena every single main event of every single pay-per-view. So yeah, I enjoyed Extreme Rules, and I wouldn't mind watching it again when it comes out on Blu-ray and everything like that in the far future. So next up I want to talk about is Paul Heyman and his Paul Heyman guys. So we've got Paul Heyman, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and now the latest addition, Curtis Axel. There was a lot of speculation about who this latest addition was going to be. The heavy rumour going around Twitter and everything was Rob Van Dam, because I know that his contract is up in TNA, and he is actually a free agent at the moment, I think. So we're awaiting his return because it's bound to happen, really. Yeah, Curtis Axel was announced, aka Michael McGillicuddy. So obviously there was a bit of oh, it's Michael McGillicuddy. So it wasn't as exciting as we hoped, but who knows? I know that this guy is big behind the scenes. He's well looked at. People think he's got a bright future ahead. I know that he's the one who trained with The Rock behind the scenes to get The Rock in preparation for the WrestleMania matches. I know, and you've also got to think back to as Curtis Axel did main event the latest Raw with Triple H. He went one-on-one with Triple H. The last guy to do that, the last guy to kind of come out of nowhere and then instantly have a match with Triple H, that was Sheamus. And now look where Sheamus is now. So it looks like Curtis Axel's going to be sticking around. It looks like they really think highly of him if they're sticking him straight away in his debut Raw match as his new sort of Curtis Axel gimmick in the main event against Triple H, and he's gone straight into a stable with Brock Lesnar, CM Punk, and Paul Heyman, some of the biggest guys in the company today. So it looks like Curtis Axel's got a very bright future ahead of him. I don't mind seeing what he can bring. We need a new kind of big star in wrestling, don't we? So I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table. So that leads on to what I want to talk about next, is Triple H. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed the feud between Triple H and Brock Lesnar, but I, just like everyone else, agree that it is time to put it to bed now. It's time to end this feud. It's been going on far too long, since last year's SummerSlam, I think it was. So we've had that SummerSlam, we had the WrestleMania match, we've had Extreme Rules, plus multiple Raws where there's been promo after promo. I have to say my favourite moment of this whole feud was Brock Lesnar destroying Triple H's fake office, because that reminded me of the Attitude Era days when the promos used to be like that and the backstage skits used to be that sort of kind of intense and violent, and that's what I really like, and that was really enjoyable, I thought. But anyway, back to Triple H. If you saw this latest Raw, you'll see that he sort of passed out at the end of Raw, and in my opinion, I think that's kind of Triple H written out of WWE for a while now. We won't see him for a while, in my opinion. I think that's him gone for a while. And I think it's about time as well, because I think, like I said, the Brock Lesnar Triple H feud is getting old now. Even though it was a good feud, it has dragged out for far too long, in my opinion. So it's time to give Triple H a break, go back behind the scenes and see what else we can kind of bring up to the main event status. Obviously, Paul Heyman and all that are going to be floating around the sort of main event scene. Whether Brock Lesnar sticks around, who knows? There is some rumours. I'll move on to my next point. There are some rumours going around that when CM Punk returns, he'll return as a face, kind of betray Paul Heyman, and face off against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And I would like to see that. That would be a great match, because obviously CM Punk and Brock Lesnar are like chalk and cheese, really. They're complete opposite ends of the wrestling scale. Brock Lesnar, big, huge beast, really physical, really intense. CM Punk, really scrawny indie wrestler that's rose through the ranks purely by sort of fan popularity, really. So it will be great to see a match between those two if that happens. I'm hoping that's going to happen anyway. So to move away from all that sort of Paul Heyman side of things, I want to talk about John Cena and Ryback. Now, I'm really enjoying this feud. I'm enjoying Ryback as a heel. I know not too many people are enjoying Ryback as a heel and saying they kind of cut his face gimmick a bit too short and they changed him heel a bit too quickly, which arguably, yeah, it was quite quick. He didn't really have any great feuds as a face. Obviously he had CM Punk and everything, but he lost every match in the pay-per-views. He didn't really get any momentum going as a face. So they straight away turned him heel and chucked him to John Cena. Now, obviously Cena's going to prevail in this. There's no doubt about it. Cena's going to come out on top in this feud. But I just want to see Ryback do well. And that's what I'm seeing at the moment. His promo, like his mic work when he's cutting promos, is vastly improved. If you've seen the latest Raw where he's on top of the ambulance, that's a great heel promo, I thought. He's becoming really intense. We need a big intense heel, monster heel. I mean, we've got Mark Henry and Big Show, but no one cares about Big Show anymore, and Mark Henry's the sort of heel of SmackDown side of things. So it's good to have this big beast of Ryback's stature on Raw. And like I said, I'm enjoying him as a heel. Ryback is always improving in my opinion, and he's only getting better and better and better. Sorry if you hear that in the background. I think my neighbour's doing some gardening and it's really loud. But anyway, yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with Ryback. I think I've got a prediction where I think next year we're either going to get him winning Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble, in my opinion. Or maybe Curtis Axel might win the Royal Rumble, someone like that, someone up and coming. But I definitely think Ryback's sticking around that sort of main event status. Next up is The Shield. Now, I think The Shield are the current sort of huge popularity of WWE. Everyone's loving The Shield at the moment. You're not supposed to because they're heels, but everyone loves them. Now, if you saw Extreme Rules, you'll know that Dean Ambrose is now the US champion after he beat Kofi Kingston. And Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins are the tag team champions after beating Team Hell No, and that is brilliant. I think it's at the same time of making the Shield look powerful and popular, it brings the sort of it brings those titles back into the limelight, really, because since before Dean Ambrose got it, when was the last time you really cared about the US Championship? I mean, what was Kofi Kingston's title run? He had it for a couple of weeks. I don't even remember him having a feud while he was champion. So that means, that obviously shows how kind of low they think of those titles. But giving them to the Shield, it's bringing them back to the sort of limelight, really, making people remember that those titles exist. I mean, Team Hell No did a good job as the tag titles and tag champions. But arguably they kind of held the titles a bit too long. Maybe that's because they had no one their sort of caliber that could feud with them. But now that the Shield have got them, I really do believe that these titles are going to look kind of a bit more prestigious again. And I'm really excited to see what happens with the Shield. I fully believe that Dean Ambrose in the next couple of years is going to be at the sort of CM Punk sort of level. He's going to be a main event star. He's had it written all over him since the first day I watched him years and years ago. Dean Ambrose is definitely going to be a main event star. I think Roman Reigns is going to be very big as well. That sort of Sheamus, Batista kind of guy, really big, and I think they'll turn him face as well. He's cousins of The Rock as well, if you didn't know that as well. So they obviously know of his wrestling side of things. He's got all wrestling in his genes and everything like that. So I can see a big future for him. Seth Rollins, not as much, maybe a sort of mid-carder, but I definitely believe that all of these guys in the Shield are going to have stellar WWE careers. So next thing I want to talk about is a bit more SmackDown side of things, and that is the feud between Sheamus and Mark Henry. And I have to say I really enjoyed this feud. It's not often that I quite into SmackDown feuds, but this one has been really good. I think Mark Henry's pulled off the heel really well. I think Mark Henry is really underrated as a heel. He's got the physical side of things, but they never really put him in any good feuds really. I know he's had a couple in the past where he had that short World Heavyweight title champion run, but I think they need to give him a title again, give him another sort of, get him feuding with Dolph Ziggler, turn Ziggler face, and Mark Henry and Dolph Ziggler, I can't speak today, Dolph Ziggler can have a feud, because I'd like to see Mark Henry back in that main event scene, because I think he really deserves it. He's never been WWE champion, so maybe chuck him over to Raw and get him feuding with Cena, because I don't think you've got anything to lose. Henry's been there years. I think he's earned it. He's got the physical side of things down. He's great on the mic. I think Mark Henry really is underrated. Sheamus at the moment, I don't really know what they can do with Sheamus. I think his popularity's burnt off quite a lot. I think maybe turn him heel or something like that. But who knows, I really don't know what they're going to do with Sheamus at the moment. Same with Randy Orton. They teased at Extreme Rules when he brought back his punt kick. I thought maybe that was leading on to a heel turn, but then on the next night on Raw he went and lost. So, no, I think he won, but he didn't use, he won, but he didn't use the punt again, which I thought they were going to keep in using the punt and then eventually turn him heel. Maybe that's still going to happen, I don't know. I'd like to see Randy Orton go back as a heel, because you can't deny that Randy Orton is much better as a heel. He always has been. So I'd like to see Randy Orton back in that sort of main event stature, but all the sort of drug problems and everything he's had, they really have relegated him to a sort of mid-carder and SmackDown as well at the moment. So it's not really great to see his career like that at the moment. Sad to see the lack of Wade Barrett at the moment as well. He is the Intercontinental Champion, and he's never appears really, and when he does appear he's always losing. So that's sad to see, especially as I'm British myself. I like to see my homegrown talent do well, but he's not doing well at the moment. He's champion, but like I said, he keeps losing. So I'd like to see a new burst of life from Wade Barrett, maybe win the SmackDown Money in the Bank or something like that. And finally, just Dolph Ziggler. I think I feel a bit sorry for Dolph Ziggler after all of the years of people saying he's a world champion. He finally gets the title, and then he's out for weeks with a concussion. So he's missed out on Extreme Rules and everything like that. He's missed his first pay-per-view as champion, which is sad to see. But I have no doubts in my mind that Ziggler's staying on that top level. He's so popular with the crowd. I think we're going to get a face turn soon from him. I can just see it already, because he is so popular with the crowd. I think he could be kind of SmackDown's main face if they booked it right. Like I said, book him against Mark Henry or something like that. I think it would work really well. Maybe he could turn his back on Biggie Langston and AJ. Who knows? I definitely think we're going to get a big face or heel turn soon from one big star, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. But there's a lot to look forward to. Of course, we've got CM Punk returning at I think it's called Payback, then pay-per-view. So there's that to look forward to. But I am enjoying WWE at the moment. I'm really liking all the feuds and all the pay-per-views and everything that's happened lately. So yeah, guys, leave your comments down below as usual. This was May's edition of WWE Talk. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.